When Samir moved into the old brick house at the edge of town, he thought he was finally starting a new chapter. A quiet neighborhood, affordable rent, and the kind of antique charm his city friends would envy. The first night, everything was still. The creaky stairs, the long hallway, the cold kitchen tiles, all part of the character. But the second night, something shifted. He woke up at 3:12 a.m. to use the bathroom. Half asleep, he walked into the hallway and paused. The door to the kitchen, which should have been on the left, was now on the right. He blinked, rubbed his eyes, and stood still. Maybe I'm disoriented, he muttered, stepping through the doorway. But it wasn't the kitchen. It was the basement. Dark. Musty. And he'd never opened it before. Samir stepped back, heart racing. I must have taken the wrong door, he told himself. But when he turned around to go back to his room, the hallway had changed too. It was longer now, and sloped downward ever so slightly, as if leading deeper underground. He didn't sleep the rest of that night. By the third night, Samir started noticing a pattern. Every time he went to sleep, the layout of the house changed. Sometimes it was small, a window disappeared, a mirror shifted to another wall. Other times it was horrifying, a hallway would stretch endlessly into darkness, a staircase would spiral upward with no ceiling, or a room would be filled with whispering voices he couldn't trace. He started marking the floor with chalk. Just in case I'm losing my mind, he whispered. But every morning the marks were gone. Worse, he started seeing doors that didn't exist during the day. Blackened wooden doors with rusted knobs or thin slits in the wall just wide enough for someone to crawl through. One night, he opened one of them. Inside was a narrow room filled with hundreds of photographs of him, sleeping, eating, reading. Taken from different angles, none of which he remembered posing for. In the corner of that room sat an old radio, crackling with static. And beneath the static, faint whispers. He's awake again. Samir slammed the door and didn't sleep that night either. On the seventh night, he set up cameras, hoping to record whatever was happening. He placed one in the hallway, one in the living room, and one at the foot of his bed. He watched the footage the next morning, his hands trembling. 3 a.m., nothing. 3:17 a.m., the footage shook, just slightly. And then, one by one, the rooms vanished from the feed. Not like someone turned off the cameras. The rooms disappeared. Like they'd never existed. And in the final seconds of the recording, a face appeared inches from the bedroom camera. Pale. Expressionless. Eyes completely black. Staring. Samir screamed and threw the laptop across the room. He tried to leave. Packed a bag, ran to the front door. Gone. In its place was a brick wall. Windows showed only a foggy void now, no streets, no sky, just dense, unmoving gray. When he tried to smash through the drywall, he found nothing but more rooms behind it, rooms that shouldn't exist. A second kitchen, a child's playroom filled with headless dolls, a narrow stone tunnel leading nowhere. That night, he stayed awake again. At exactly 3:17 a.m., the house groaned. Samir could feel it, like the whole structure shifted slightly, breathing in. The walls stretched. The ceiling pulsed. The floorboards moved under his feet like something alive. He ran into the hallway. Now every door led to the same room, a small, windowless chamber with red light and a mirror. But the mirror didn't show his reflection. It showed the house from above like a blueprint. And in the center of it all, a small blinking dot. Samir. He touched the mirror. It turned warm. And the walls closed in. They found Samir's rental empty after several weeks. The front door had returned. The layout was back to normal. No signs of forced entry, no furniture left behind, just an old chalk mark on the living room floor and a camera with corrupted footage. The house was listed again a month later. Someone new moved in. And that very first night, at 3:17 a.m., the hallway rearranged itself again.